Hello Cambly learners, my name is Artur Richtel and I am a tutor on Cambly. In this video, I am going to talk about connotation and the importance of tone. But before we go into connotation and tone, I'd like to briefly talk about denotation. Denotation is the literal meaning or the dictionary meaning of a word. And while many words share similar meaning, they do not always share the same associations. And it is important for us to always keep in mind whether a word has a negative, positive, or neutral association when we are using them. Now, in order to demonstrate the importance of connotation, I am going to give you a series of examples in which words share meaning, but they differ in their interpretations. And these associations are going to either be negative, neutral, or positive. So let's go to the first example. In this example, I chose the words scrawny, thin, and slim. All three words basically mean lean or skinny. Let's look at the first sentence. If I say that the dog is scrawny, I am saying that the dog is skinny, but I'm saying that it's so skinny that it looks like it has malnutrition. If I say, for example, that the dog is thin, it is only a basic statement of the fact, and there is really nothing negative or positive, so it is neutral. Now, if I say, for example, that the dog is slim, it means that the dog is thin, it is lean, but it is slender. So it is a positive connotation, meaning it's thin, but it looks healthy. So let's continue on to the next example. For the second example, I chose the words stench, smell, and aroma. We know that these three words mean basically a scent or an odor, but let's differentiate them. Starting with the word stench, which has a negative connotation, we can imagine someone asking, "What's that stench?" And what the person really means is, "What smells badly?" So in this case, we know that the word stench is used to refer to things that have a bad connotation, a negative connotation. Now let's continue and change the word stench to the word smell. And someone says, "What's that smell?" Now, we know that depending on the intonation, the word smell can have a negative or a positive connotation. But in general, the word itself is neutral. Continuing, we go to the word aroma. Now, the word aroma has generally a positive connotation. Of course, its usage is generally related to food. So when someone says, "What's that aroma?" they're talking about a pleasant smelling food. For the third example, I chose the words arrogant, proud, and confident. All these three words mean that a person has a sense of self-worth. So let's start with arrogant. The word arrogant has a negative connotation. So in the sentence, "she is arrogant," it means that she has such an extensive, exaggerated sense of self-worth that she is able to diminish the importance of other people. She feels that she is the most important. And this is why we have the idea of a negative connotation with the word arrogant. Now, the word proud. If we substitute arrogant for proud, we have she is proud. And in this case, it just means that we understand that she has a sense of self-worth. It's just a statement of the fact. Now, changing this to she is confident, it means that she has a sense of self-worth that is tied to the feeling of competence, that she feels that she's competent, and therefore she has self-worth, which is a positive connotation. For the fourth example, I chose the words nosy, interested, and curious. Again, these words mean pretty much the same thing. It means that someone is inquisitive, that they want to know. They would like to know something or some things. But let's start with the negative connotation as we did with the other examples. So in this case, we can say that he is nosy. Nosy, having a negative connotation, means that someone is interested in knowing something, but they are trying to force themselves towards this knowledge. They are trying to find out something that really doesn't pertain to them or concern them. Now, if we change the word nosy to the word interested, it only means that the person has an interest in something, but not that they're going to force or impose themselves in order to find out. Finally, we have the word curious, which is a positive thing, which means that a person has curiosity. They like to know. They want to know. And pretty much this is a general thing. They want to know things about the world. They are curious about general things. And so we've come to the last example. And for this example, I am going to use the words stubborn, determined, and purposeful. Now, these three words mean that a person is insistent or persistent, fixated on an action or idea. If I say that my father is stubborn, what I'm really saying is that my father wants to do something despite all the evidence, all the warnings, and regardless of any negative consequences. And this is why the word stubborn has a negative connotation. Now, if we change the word stubborn and we say that my father is determined, it only really means, as a neutral sense, that my father is decided, that he put something in his mind and he's going to continue and finish it. No negative consequences or positive consequences are considered in this case. Now, if we use, for example, the word purposeful, it means that the person now is doing something that has utility and that they are guaranteeing to themselves that they're going to finish this. They are insistent or persistent in completing an action that has future utility, and that is seen as a good thing. And so we have a positive connotation. And so we've come to the end of this video, and we hope that this lesson was helpful. Please leave a comment below to let us know what other lessons you'd like us to cover next. If you are unfamiliar with Cambly, Cambly gives you instant access to friendly native English speakers like me. You can take English lessons anytime, anywhere, right from your phone or computer. Schedule your next lesson with me using the link below. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.